All right, what's going on, everybody? Robbie here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Hopefully, everything's going well in your world. And we're back. We're back for another week of the 8-week live masterclass. We're getting to the home stretch here. I mean, this is this is crazy. So we basically, the past couple of weeks, we've really built up setup. We built up getting your landing pages ready to go. We've talked about ads and copy yesterday, yesterday, last week, and now we're going to be doing um, some of the fun stuff now and actually getting to the point of actually setting up your ads. And that's what today is all about. But before we get started, guys, just let me know in the question box. You can hear me just fine. I hope you guys are doing good. We got a mic check, mic check. Awesome. And Mike said that Mike is good to go. Awesome. Don is good to go. Benjamin, Christopher, Eugenia. A lot of people are on today. Great. Love it, love it, love it. Super excited for you guys. And honestly, once again, I said this last week. I'll say it again this week. Like, really impressed with everybody that's sticking to this because, it's very easy to give up sometimes and to quit on stuff, right? And the fact that you have made a conscious decision not to do that and you've decided, hey, I'm going to make this work because I am in this for the long term. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. We are looking to do some really cool, awesome steps, right? And this is what it's all about. And so I'm excited to have you guys on here. I see DeMarco just got his first sale. So DeMarco obviously probably jumped the gun a little bit, but you got your first sales. That's awesome. Nothing wrong with that at all. So good stuff. Awesome. I see everyone is saying they can hear me just fine. Perfect. All right, cool. Well, let me go ahead and bring on Grant and Matt right now. I think they're in the background. I think they're good to go. I think Matt was just finishing up cooking some quail over there, so I think we're good to go. So you guys in the background there, Matt, Grant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Here, Robbie. Grant's here.
Yeah, I'm here
Awesome.
too, Robbie. I just finished cooking the quail.
Awesome, awesome. Love that quail. So, yeah, and for people who aren't, have no idea what we're talking about, last week we had some ad copy and there was, they talked about like cooking quail, which I don't know, for some reason just made me crack up because I don't know too many people that are cooking quail. So, but anyways, yeah, so Grant, man, we got a lot to cover today in terms of getting ads set up and rocking and rolling, building out audiences and doing all the fun stuff today. So, yeah, you guys ready to rock and roll?
Yeah. It's going to be a fun week, guys. You guys have a lot to do this week, but it's going to be, you're finally made it to the home stretch. So today's going to be awesome. We're going to be showing them the final little bits and pieces they got to put together to get their ads live. But it's going to be a very rewarding week for people, I think, Robbie. They're finally getting their ads live, and it's going to be great.
I
Oh
love
yeah, this is an exciting week here.
it. Awesome, cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself here. I'll be in the background answering questions, but yeah, and obviously, guys, we'll stop in between to answer questions and everything. But I'll let Grant and Matt get rocking and rolling here because we got a lot to cover today.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, guys. So once again, really pumped. We got a ton of people on the call today. Man, Matt, I can't really believe like how many people have just stuck with us week after week. It's just the retention on it has been so encouraging, guys. You guys are doing such a great job. And Matt, this week we got a whole bunch of stuff for him, which is really exciting.
Yeah. I mean, even the posts in the group. I mean, some awesome stuff. Great questions in there, and it's great because everybody in the community is helping one another too. So that's the best part here. So yeah, this is the most exciting week right here. So yeah, let's jump into it, Grant.
Yeah, totally. So as you guys know, we're going to quickly just go over, if you weren't with us last week, you hopefully watched the replay about, last week we taught you guys how to write compliant ad copy that works, that converts. And we also reviewed and showed you guys how to create, images and videos that work. So hopefully you guys are sitting on the call today live with us with those ad copies and creatives completed and ready to roll, right? And this exactly was your homework last week. Now I want you to see in the questions box how many people completed your homework. Put a 1 in the questions box if you completed your homework. I want to see a ton of ones in there, guys. We better see a ton of ones right now. All right, we got some coming in here, Matt.
There we go.
Good. So yeah, guys, you were supposed to create 3 to 5 different ad copy angles to use for your ads. Okay. create 3 to 5 different creatives, images or videos, okay, depending on what you were capable of doing, and then jumping in and signing up for Social Ad Scout. If you didn't do that yet, I definitely recommend it. And of course, as Robbie always does, he gets you guys set up with an unbelievable deal. Make sure you use that code, okay? So wow, holy cow, we got so many ones coming in. It's almost like every single person did it. Guys, that is so good because yeah, you really wouldn't be able to launch this week if you didn't do your ad copy and your creative. So well done, guys. That is awesome. Okay, and as Robbie mentioned, you know, we are on week 6 now. Look at that, guys. That's unbelievable. We are on week 6, and we will be basically today, we'll show you how to launch your conversion ad. Okay, so Matt, let's jump in and sort of talk to them about the agenda for this week.
Let's do it. Yeah, so week 6, guys, is what we're going to cover. So mainly launching a conversion ad campaign. All right, so within launching a conversion ad campaign, we have 4 areas we're going to cover in this order. So the first one is tracking, so data and conversions API, right? So making sure you have tracking in place so that you guys can make good decisions on your ads and get important metrics, you know, as they're running. Second is going to be the audiences, so lookalike and interest. We're going to cover all about the audiences. There's a lot of different things there. And then the campaign launch structure and planning. So how are you actually structuring your campaigns, your ad sets, your ads? And we're going to show you that exact way to do it. That has helped us read data better, as well as, you know, actually helps it great. I think it helps us make better decisions the way we structure that. So that's great. I'm glad we're doing that. A lot of people, you know, do it different ways, but this one's going to be really clear for you guys. And then really, you know, step-by-step launch. So we're going to show you from A to Z exactly how to go live, from clicking that create button for the campaign, ad sets and ads, and then eventually publish them and put them live. So yeah, it's a really solid week here. This is the most important week here in the course.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are super excited for you guys to jump in. So, you know, definitely stay with us, pay attention, definitely close out of anything else you have open, and dial it in, because let's get it rolling. All right. So guys, as Matt mentioned, the first thing we're going to talk about is tracking, right? The data and the conversions API, because this is an area that can get a little bit, you know, intimidating for a lot of people, is like, you know, oh, like, you know, data and numbers and, you know, different things like that. And we want to make sure that we have all of that set up, right? And you know, here we're going to talk about why it's so important, right? So when you are running multiple ads, which everybody will be doing, okay, you really need to know which ads are getting the sales, okay? And it seems like such an obvious thing, but a lot of people go live with their ad campaigns without setting up any type of tracking. And when they do that, they start, you know, realizing after they've launched, they're like, oh, this is so exciting, I'm getting sales. But then they don't realize like where they're coming from, right? And so they're like, oh my God, I wish I set this up in the beginning. So of course, guys, as Robbie, Matt, and I always do, we're gonna make sure that you guys are all set to go before you launch, right? And you know, as we said, we have here, guys, when we know which ads are getting sales, we can put more money into those ads. And then when we know which ads are not getting sales, we can turn those off, so they're not spending any more of our budget, right? It's a very simple concept. And so, you know, the way we, you know, just sort of, I like to visualize it is like when you have like, you know, 6 different ads rolling, right? You know, a lot of people just start driving blind, right? Imagine driving a car down the highway and you literally can't see out of the windshield. Like you wouldn't even make it down the road, right? You would not make it down the road. And that's why it's so crucial that you have very, you know, strong clarity in, okay, I'm running 6 ads, and boom, I just got a sale, right? Robbie mentioned somebody literally in the chat that right when we jumped on, they got their first sale, right? Well, if that person doesn't know, you know, which ad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 brought the sale, then they're not going to know how to optimize their ads, right? You know, for example, looking at this chart, like if ad 1 is getting all the sales, then we want to go ahead and turn ad 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We want to turn those off, right? We want to delete those and just let ad 1 have all of our budget, okay? And so that's why tracking is so important. Like Matt, I feel like there's so many people that don't take it seriously because, you know, they think like, oh, we'll set it up later. But it's like, oh my God, you have to set up in the beginning so that when you launch, you know where all of your numbers, your ads are, you know, your sales are coming from, and then the ones that aren't getting sales. It's just so crucial.
Absolutely. I mean, just think about it, right? I mean, I love that analogy you just made with, you know, driving down the highway or driving down a road. Even going 5 miles per hour, if you can't look out the windshield or any of the windows, you're not going to make it down the road, right? So it really, that's a perfect analogy. It really applies here. Can't stress it enough. But I think, the main thing is this, like, there's so many moving parts here when you're running ads. And most of the time, Facebook's going to be able to do it for you. But at the end of the day, when you're, targeting different, people and different audiences, and you're trying to reach different people, and you're testing all these different things, how are you really going to know if something's performing well, right? How are you going to, and what's that performance metric? Well, it's profit. How are we going to know if it's making us money, or how are we going to know if we're just burning money, right? So, like, there's so many people that, we talk with, and, a lot of the times, like, if they're not using anything for tracking, it's like, we really can't help you, because you're going to be in a position where you can say, okay, well, this ad set, it spent $100 over the last 5 days, spending $20 a day, and we didn't see anything back from that, right? Well, how would they even know that if they weren't doing any tracking, right? So that's really the main thing.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's super important. So yeah, guys, like as we mentioned, in order to track your ads, you really need to set up a tracking system, okay? And so we have a couple different options. The first one is called the Facebook Conversion API, and setting that up on ClickBank, okay? So this is super, super simple, and we'll discuss sort of the pros and cons of it, but also we're just gonna get into the weeds right now and show you step-by-step how to actually set this up, okay? So as you guys know, back on, I believe it was week 2, you guys went into your business manager, and we're gonna navigate back over to there. Okay, you guys are familiar with this brand that we're using, the Healthy Monday. And back on week 2, you should have created your Facebook pixel, right? Or I think it was week 3 for the landing page, okay? So we're gonna go back into business settings here. All right, and you should have this under data sources and under pixels. Okay, you should have one pixel here, okay? And so we're gonna go to that pixel. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna see this button here, Open in Events Manager. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit Open in Events Manager. Okay, and there we go. Now we are here, okay? And so we're gonna go ahead now into we're gonna stay here, and we're gonna go into our ClickBank account, right? So everybody has a ClickBank account, okay? And you're gonna go into vendor settings here, okay? And then you go to My Site, all right? And then we're gonna scroll all the way down until you get to right here, okay? It's gonna say add tracking code. And we're gonna go ahead and click this, and really simply go Facebook Pixel and go add, okay? Cool, so now we get to this little box here, right? Facebook Pixel. So it's asking for a couple things, our pixel ID, our access token, and then our event URL. Okay, so first is first, the pixel ID. Really, really simply, we go back to our events manager that we were just in, okay? And we're gonna go to our pixel here. And if you guys have a pixel set up, like you all should, because of when we set it up on the landing page, you should just be able to see the pixel ID right here, right? And if you click it, it copies it to your clipboard. So it just copied it for you, okay? So you just copy this here, and you go back to ClickBank here, and you go ahead and paste, just like that. Okay, perfect. Pixel ID is in. Next, it's asking for what's called the access token. Okay, guys, now the access token, we go back to our events manager. Okay, and once you're in your events manager here, you're gonna go to settings. Okay, so we're gonna go to settings, and we're gonna scroll all the way down until we get to Conversions API. Okay, and it'll say set up manually, and we're gonna go ahead and right here it says generate access token. So we just click that. Okay, and boom, right there, guys, that's the access token. So copy code to clipboard right there. Okay, and then we go back to here and paste it. Right like that. Okay, and then the last part of this, guys, is the event URL. And you can see here, ClickBank has provided us with some info. They say this is a URL from your verified Facebook domain, such as your landing page or your pitch page. And it must be from your own domain that you have verified on Facebook. Guess what, guys? You should already have your domain verified on Facebook, because we did it when you set up your landing page back on week 3, I think it was. Okay, week 3 or 4. Okay, and so you should already have this in here. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and put your event URL right in here. Okay, so for this example, what did we make our landing page? I believe we should have it in here. Brand safety, domains, and there's mine. So healthymonday.net. Okay, and once again, guys, you should have had this done. Okay, and a lot of people are going to ask, you know, oh, do I include like my landing page link, like /lander1-abc xyz123, like that ugly part? And the answer is no, 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 no. You do not need to do that. Just put what's called the root domain. So just, you know, what the root is. Okay.
And
so
something to add here, you want to make sure you have HTTPS in front of it as well.
Oh yeah, super important. I'm glad you said that. Look, guys, I didn't read the directions, and that would have denied us. So that's exactly right. Make sure you do HTTPS, and just like that, you should be good to go. So good call, Matt. And then the next thing you guys want to make sure you do, this is extremely important, track as you are an affiliate, and where to fire. I like to just do purchase, but you can do both of these. You can do confirmation page, which will purchase, and then order form, which will do, you know, add to cart pretty much, okay? And so that's it, guys. It's super simple to set this up, and that is exactly what you have to do there, okay? So we go ahead and hit save, and we're not done, okay? This is very important. A lot of people miss this step. Scroll down right here. You'll see it's inactive, but it's here. We just have to hit this green play button. And there you go. And now we scroll down and it says active, okay? So there you go on that, okay? Super, super simple, guys. Very easy to do. And that's the process for setting up the conversions API on ClickBank. Now, there's a couple good things about that, right? One, it's super quick to set up, right? It literally just took us, I mean, you know, without walking guys through it, I could have set that up in 30 seconds, right? When you guys go back and watch the video, it's gonna take you 2 minutes. So it's very easy to set up, okay? And so that's the good thing. The bad thing is that when you do this, you know, this conversions API with ClickBank, it'll mostly account for like 60% of your sales, okay? So what does that mean? Well, that means usually for every like 10 sales you get on Facebook, most likely you're gonna see about 60% of those fire, right? So if we come back to this sort of this, you know, diagram here, like if you get a sale, you know, once again, if you get 10 sales, you know, it's gonna fire like 6 out of the 10 times, okay? So you'll know where 6 of your sales came from, but you won't know where 4 of them came from, right? And so although that, you know, it seems like not too big of a, you know, a deal, when you maximize that and you're talking 1,000 sales and you're only tracking, you know, 600 and there's 400 sales missing, then you're really gonna find yourself into some problems, okay? And so, you know, but it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's a good, quick, easy fix. It's obviously free. You go right to ClickBank's site and everybody has a ClickBank account and they throw it on there, okay? Now, alternatively, as we just set up, so we have a system called Cometly, guys. And Cometly is a much more advanced system that actually will help you pretty much monitor, track, analyze all of your ad campaigns from pretty much a single dashboard, okay? It'll pull in all of your ad accounts, it'll show you all of your stats, it'll show you your spend, your revenue, your refunds, your net profit, you know, everything you guys see here on the screen. That's pretty much what Cometly will do, okay? And the setup takes a little bit longer than what we just did, okay? So it's a little bit more advanced, but it's a one-time setup. And then as soon as you have this set up, you should expect to have about 95 to 99% attribution, so accuracy in your tracking, okay? So for every 10 sales you generate, you should be seeing about 9 to almost near 10 of those sales being tracked perfectly, okay? So, you know, that's the situation there. You guys have the 2 options, okay? You have the ClickBank API, and then you also have this Cometly option, and that's a solution that Matt and I developed. We only rolled it out to people in Commission Heroes so far, okay? It's not available to the public, and it's just for you guys. And, you know, we actually put together a really special offer for this group alone, just for the people in the 8-week masterclass. And you guys, if you want that, you can go to cometly.com/8week, okay? And that should be available to everybody that is on the 8-week masterclass, all right? And Alam says, I love Harry Potter. Yes, we used Harry Potter for the example here, all right? Cool, guys. So let's move on now. Go ahead and jump forward here. Okay. And the next thing we're going to talk about is audiences. All right. So audiences, that is super, super important, right? Last week, guys, you guys focused on your ad copy, you focused on your ad creative. And now you're like, okay, well, where are we going to actually run those actual ads? Like, who's going to see these ads, right? What types of people? What is their ages and their interests and their demographics, right? And so that's what we're going to really show you how to set up today. So for our audiences and the ones that get the very best results, guys, we like to use a mix of what we call lookalike audiences and also interest-based audiences, okay? Now, if you don't know what those are, don't worry at all, okay? We're gonna walk you through exactly how to set those up and make sure that you guys know exactly what to do there. And so in terms of creating those, they're really simple, okay? The cool thing is like, once again, there's a theme here. Robbie's done pretty much all the heavy lifting for you guys, okay? And so what we'll do is we'll jump in and I'll show you how to create those lookalike audiences right now, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump back into our business manager, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and go to our actual ad account. Okay, so once again, guys, you should have an ad account in here. Okay, we set that up a couple weeks back, and we'll go ahead and open in the ads manager.
And it is important to know, Grant, that, we do use like a mix of interest and lookalike audiences, but whenever you are building campaigns or an ad sets, you don't want to mix them actually together. You want to keep them separate. So if you are if you have an ad set, you actually will just have it just for lookalike audiences and then have another ad set just for interest, right? Just want to make that clear. You don't ever want to mix those together.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. And so guys, in your ad account now, hopefully you guys should have a lot of boosted posts, right? If you guys have been doing your homework and boosting those posts every day, and you should have your page like campaign in here. Obviously, we only have a few because we're just using this for the example, but you guys should have a lot of stuff in here, okay? Now, jumping back into the audiences, what we're going to do is we're going to go to business tools up here, and we're going to go ahead and navigate to this tab, audiences, okay? And if you don't see it up here, it's going to be down here under advertise and audiences. We're going to go ahead and click that, okay? And so before we can actually use the audiences in our ads, guys, we need to actually make them. We need to put them together, okay? And that's what we're gonna walk through, is how to create a lookalike. So the first thing you're gonna do is go to the custom audiences and create a custom audience, okay? Now for us, and what we recommend for you guys, is you use the vendor customer list, okay? You can reach out to the vendor, so whatever product you're promoting, you reach out to them, but there's literally probably a 99% chance that whatever offer you're promoting, that customer list is already located in the Commission Hero Facebook group under the file section. Okay, so really, really simple. You can go there, get the audience list, and you'll see what to do now. So we're going to click audience list, customer list, and hit next. And then we get this sort of dashboard here. Okay, and it's just going to tell you sort of like how to prepare. You don't need to worry about this because we already, once again, Robbie's already formatted all these lists for you. So you just hit next. And it says, do you include a customer value? You can click no, and you have to accept the terms and conditions and go next. Okay, now it's just gonna say, hey, upload your list, okay? So what I can do is I just have mine right here, and so I'm gonna go ahead and drag it here, okay? And what happened to our, oh, hold on a sec, I don't know what happened there. Okay, let's go no, and let's go ahead and upload the file. That was a weird bug. Okay, and open. And there we go. Okay, cool. So there we go. So you can name your audience whatever you guys want. So we'll just do like, this is called the Flat Belly Tonic list. So I'll just do FBT list, customer list, like that. All right, and then we'll go ahead and hit next. Now this is really important because this is probably going to happen to all of you guys or most of you. And so it's going to, big red warning, oh my gosh, more identifiers needed, and it's really easy to fix this. You just click this right here, this yellow that says action needed, click that. and it's going to say do not upload, and you just select emails. And now we're good to go. Okay, so really, really simple there. And then we just hit import and create. Okay, and then it's going to take a quick second to import. Look at that, boom. All right, awesome. So step one, guys, is completed. Okay, so we literally just imported the list that we got from the vendor, okay, and we created the custom audience. Okay, very simple. Next step is to actually select this audience, okay, and we're going to click these three dots and we're going to go create lookalike. Okay, now once again, you should see select, it's going to say select your source. Your source should be up here already. Okay, customer list. The audience location, this is really going to depend on which offer you guys are promoting. Okay, so if you're, you really should know, like, if you're promoting, a certain offer, you need to know what countries that offer can be sold in. Okay, so for the most part, you're going to find things like, Matt, what are the usual ones, like US, Canada, things like that?
Yeah, typically it's the top 5. So it's United States, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, New Zealand. So yeah, I mean, typically offers are all 5, but you also can do, well, actually some of them are only like Canada and US. So you just have to know. I think the most important thing here is when you are selecting your country, you actually do this one country at a time. You don't want to bundle in a bunch of countries into the audience here. You want to do them one at a time. So we can get to that now. So
yeah, exactly. Totally agree. And so once again, guys, make sure you know which audiences you're able to target based on the offer, okay? And so for the audience location, we're gonna go ahead and type United States, okay? And then select audience size, okay? So the number of lookalike audiences. So we're actually gonna be doing 3, okay? And so we're gonna do 1%, okay? So 0 to 1%, 1 to 2%, and then we're also going to do, this is set to 2 to 3, we're going to expand this to 2 to 5, okay? And so what you're able to do is come in here and use this tool to create different audiences. Now, once again, you don't need to get, don't go crazy with this tool. Just follow our directions for your first launch and just set them up like this, okay? 1%, 1 to 2, and 2 to 5. These are the go-to audiences. I mean, literally the majority of all of the sales that we make on a daily basis, guys, all come from these 3 audiences, okay? So stick with these, 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 5, okay? And then that's for the US, and once that's, created, we can go ahead and hit create audience.
There you go.
Okay.
Gotta refresh.
Little bug here, so yeah, we'll refresh.
And it's important to note, you want to make sure, like, you're doing this for every country, right? So you want to follow the same steps, and every country that you're going to be running in, you want to make sure that you create it separately, right? So make sure you don't bundle it all into one and you do it separately. That's super important. And then, you know what, Grant, we can take a couple of questions now. We have a couple of questions in here.
Okay. Yep, let's take a couple questions.
Okay. All right, so somebody asked, how did you get the customer list from the vendor? Well, actually, so Mark, there's a lot of different lists that are inside Commission Hero. You can just search the group or ask the group, but they're all in there. So you can just search, there's many of them. There's Flat Belly Tonic. Really, there's lists for every type of offer. So you just have to go ahead and search the group and you'll be able to find that.
Yeah, so if you go to the group, guys, right here, go to Files, and then I'll just do an example. Let me just type in Customer, because I'm looking for customer list, and look, you can see these lists here: customer list, customer list, customer list. And so what you can do is you can literally come in here and look for your offers list, okay, or type in your offer and look for the list, or just use this search button, okay, right here on the actual, and you can type in like offer name and then list or customer list, okay. And that's a great place to go. And then if you're running a new offer or like something else, you can literally reach out to the vendor. Okay, just go reach out to them and say, hey, you have a customer list for Facebook ads. I would love to use it. Please let me know, and they'll be more than happy to help you.
Somebody said, is that what we call a audience list? Yep, audience list and customer list are the exact same. All right, cool. All right, let's see.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, cool. Doesn't look like there's too many questions here.
Matt, some platforms won't let you split audiences per countries. Yep, that's true. BioFit list. Yep, the BioFit list is in the group.